Why do people spend hundreds of dollars on Amazon or buy $5 cups of coffee every day? What causes people to spend money that they might not even have? Today, I'll talk to you about the psychology of why people spend money and what you can do to stop yourself from unnecessary spending. So why do people struggle with the concept of money in the first place? Lots of times our schools or maybe our parents didn't do a great job of teaching us the importance of money and how to use it properly. So oftentimes, lots of people are living paycheck to paycheck because they don't know exactly what to do with their money. Because of these issues, people often overspend on their money and don't save anything for the future. And this can be kind of condensed into 5 major problems on reasons why people might not be so good with money. So in this video, I'll be going over those 5 problems and then giving some additional information that I think you should know to be better with money. The first big issue is the future is just so far away. People love to spend money now rather than later. So the things that do matter, such as saving up for retirement or maybe buying a house, may get put on the back end compared to things that may not matter at the moment, such as an impulse purchase on Amazon or something other like that. And this is a hard problem to combat because people love instant gratification activities such as spending money now, when they should be focused on delayed gratification for the things that do matter later on in life. So a solution to this is if you're not saving any money right now, put away just a little bit aside each month. Even if it's $50, it'll add up in the long run, but do this each month and set it and forget about it so that later on in life you can buy things that really matter to you. The second problem that most people don't get is that money equals time. When you have a salary of, let's say, $50,000 per year, you often see that as a really large number, so buying stuff day to day may seem like a drop in the bucket compared to your overall salary. But if you break your salary down by day, let's say you make $100 a day, that $5 cup of coffee or that $20 meal may add up to a bigger amount than you may think, given that you may only have $100 a day. So what you can do to help solve this is to break your salary down by the day or even the hour. If you make $20 an hour and you go out and spend, let's say, $60 on a meal, think to yourself, was that meal really worth 3 hours of my time? And lots of the times this can stop you from overspending on things you may not need. A third problem is tracking money in and out is difficult. Lots of people don't have a budget or a way where they can clearly see where their money's going and how it's coming in. By having this set up and having a simple budget using like an Excel sheet or like the Acorns app can really see where your money's coming from and where you're spending it. Because by doing this, you can kind of see where you're spending the most money. For instance, you may be spending a lot of money on groceries that you may not need to spend that much money on. The fourth big problem is credit cards. When you're spending money on credit, you're not getting rid of your money at that instant, but rather delaying it for a future date when you actually do have to pay it off. This is why some people rack up a load of credit that they can't pay off just because they're thinking about it later rather than now. A lot of credit potentially might be bad because when you rack up a lot of credit on a credit card, you might not be able to pay it off because you're pushing all that money out to a later date. So if you're somebody that spends a lot of money on a credit card, the best thing that you can do is that for smaller purchases, start to use cash more frequently. The psychological effect of actually using physical cash versus just a plastic card will really second guess your decision on to buy certain things. Because once you see that cash slowly come out of your wallet and dwindle down, you'll definitely second guess about if you should be spending that money on that certain thing. The final big problem is that more money equals more spending to some people. When people get raises, they often spend that extra money that they get on a raise. But I encourage you to save that money that you get on the raise and pretend like you didn't even get one in the first place. This will help you a lot down the road as you'll be more frugal with your money and not overspend on any items. Now, I'm going to give you 3 additional reasons that will help you become better with your money. A big thing that you can do is to stop impulse purchasing. When you go out and want to buy something, use your logic over your emotions. So if you see something on Amazon, try and sleep on it for a day or wait a day and then come back and ask yourself, do you really need that item? Oftentimes you might second guess yourself and you won't even buy that item at all. If you are still set on buying that item, go out and look on the internet for maybe other places that have that specific item so you might be able to save some money if you do find anything. The second tip is just to stop competing with others. You should always be focused on yourself and not go out and buy a new car or a new pair of clothing that other people may have that you definitely don't need. And the last big thing is, if you're going to spend money, try to spend it on experiences rather than material items. You'll thank yourself so much more in the future, because when's the last time that you can think of that you had a good memory about your shoe purchase or that clothing you wore? Every single memory you have is about an experience, such as a nice vacation, a place you went on with your friends, etc. And those are some extra tips that you can do to help be better with your own money. I hope you found this video helpful, and hopefully you can take something away from this and implement it into your own life to help you out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.